Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's look is inspired by Destiny Blue. She's an incredible artist who specialises in these ethereal pieces that are luminescent and beautiful. I was also inspired by my friend Insomniac's Dream, who recently recreated a Destiny Blue work. I begin this look with soft diluted paints. I opt for Mehron AQ Paradise paints mixed with a UV paint. I was experimental with the opacity on the first few layers, using less UV to get a softer effect and more UV for the hair-like strokes. The NYX 04 brush has bristles separated enough to get a really brushed on effect as I diffuse the colour away from the chest. Mixing in eyeshadows from Sugar Pill, I shade across the décolletage, creating dimension around the shoulder and collarbones. The neck gets filled with darker shades, as I like to imagine there is a shadow casted down from the chin. I'm really experimental with how I approach the hairs, often redoing areas or changing it up. For the transition colour between the white chest patch and the pink-purple area, I use pink strokes on a detail brush with Mehron paints. This is really such a personal look and you can do it in so many ways. I just focused on the expressive mark making techniques. I decided that blue should be the deepest colour on the palette and would be the most shadowed area colour. I based the tiger stripes with an orange eyeshadow by Sugar Pill and topped that with Mehron paints mixed with UV colours. I always mix them as the UV paints tend to crack and generally have poor formulas. Mixing them with Mehron ensures that they glow whilst having a solid foundation and don't crack. Going back and forth with a selection of eyeshadows and paints to really add definition to those orange stripes. I try adding SFX cream paint from NYX Professional Makeup on top to deepen the colours. Using the Suva Beauty Hydro Liners, I stripe some yellow UV paint on top of the orange stripes to just bring them a little bit more alive. I do have to reapply as the formula does crack off slightly. NYX's SFX cream paint contours the stripes in the back and adds further definition. For foundation, I'm using a mix of MAC and Estee Lauder to get a full coverage face while I set with MAC powder. I blush with MAC Extra Dimension blush in Sweets for My Sweets. That's a shimmery deep plum pink colour that I use all over the cheeks and the nose, which will make you look a little bit sunburned. Atop the blush, I highlight with MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Beaming, a personal favourite of mine that is pink with gold reflects. MAC Paint Pot in Painterly on the eyes, as always, to prime the lids, and I pat it on with my finger and buff it out. Line your lips with a plum purple shade. I'm using Beat by MAC and I always overline slightly and blend it out with my finger. For the outer corner eyes, I use the Pat McGrath Mothership Bronze Seduction and then I dip into my Sugar Pill Pro palette for a mix of pinks and blues and reds. I focus the blues just below the brows and the pinks for under the eyes and smoke around the outer V. Moving on to oranges, pat your orange shade on the inner corner, brow bone and lid as if it were the shimmer or highlight shade. Contour with the eyeshadows from Sugar Pill. I dip into a lot of colours and shade all around the face and under the lips. Curl your lashes and apply a mascara of your choice. I used a chapstick as the lip liners were drying out my lips slightly. Fill your brows with a blue Mehron paint and very lightly pronounce them. Dipping back into the paint, I create some orange stripes on my face, framing the features. I opted to use less stripes than the reference, and with a detail brush I apply more UV paint on the stripes and shade around them with an SFX cream paint. NYX's Epic Ink Liner creates shading around the hairs on the face and body. I used some Beauty of Sweden lashes topped in UV paint and coupled this look with an orange dark rooted wig. I also decided to spray UV Hydro Liner in yellow from Suva with a toothbrush onto the paint. Using the brush you can flick single specks onto the look, giving an interesting effect. The lips are NYX's Liquid Suede in Pink Lust, topped with Cosmic Metals and Solar Energy, which really turned out so nice. To take the photos, I used 2 UV torches placed in different spots to create a wide variety of unique shots. I hope that you guys loved this look as much as I loved creating it. That is the end of the video. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!